A few weeks ago, I made a video asking the question, is Skegness the worst seaside town in the UK? We established that it's not. You can check that video out down in the description below. But a lot of people in the comments and on social media gave me a list of other seaside towns I should go and check out, both the best and the worst. This one featured on both lists. Today, I'm at Great Yarmouth. I haven't been here for about 15 years. I don't really remember it at all, but we're gonna go and have a little bit of an explore. Full disclosure, we are here just out of season. We've arrived 2 days after the summer season in Great Yarmouth ends. So things like the Pleasure Beach, Pleasurewood Hills, the more theme parky, the really touristy stuff is no longer open on weekdays. We're here on a weekday, so we're not gonna be able to do everything that's here. If we really like it, and if you really convince me down in the comment section that I have to, we'll come back next summer and do it at the height of summer season. But if a seaside town is good, it's going to be good all year round. That's my theory. That's Britannia Pier just there. I think that's probably going to be our first stop. Now, it is very, very windy. I have got my little muff on my microphone. I'm trying to shield the wind as much as possible, but we have to work with the conditions we're presented with, I'm afraid, and it is a very, very windy coastal day. But look at that beach. That is a lovely, lovely beach. We're staying a little bit further up that way where it becomes a little bit grassy and duney, which is, to be fair, great for walking the dog. But this bit of beach is lovely, and it also gives us a nice view of this side of the pier. And it looks like we have pier amusements. We like pier amusements. Let's go and amuse ourselves on the pier. So just next to the beach, we've got the Bowls Club, which has got loads. I've never seen this many bowls lawns in one place. There's like 2 here. There's another 2 the other side of those public toilets. And then if we come around this way, you can see what I guess during the summer season is beachy, bouncy, castle-y things. Jumping jacks, it's called. So that's one of the things that's going to be shut down that we're not going to get to see today. Can I point out as well, that is a sheer drop that genuinely terrifies me. I think I'd break myself if I jumped down there. And we've got an escape room here as well, right on the beachfront, which doesn't look very open. But escape rooms, we like an escape. I've never done an escape room. I like the theory of an escape room. One day. Yeah, we should do an escape room. I think we'd be good at it. Or we'd have a massive row and be asked to leave. It's one of those 2 ways is how it will end. So over there we have the Arc Cinema. This is starting to look a little bit more familiar. I was just saying to Anna that although I've been here before multiple times when I was younger, I'm not really remembering any of it yet. I remember a big long street that was full of gift shops and tattoo shops and rock shops and things like that. I think it's probably this street over here. So yeah, this is the street, like a pedestrian area, quite long, very, very touristy. So we will definitely have a little bit of a nose up there in a bit. Yeah, that's the one I remember for sure. But I think our plan first is to get ourselves onto the pier. There's also Joyland next to the pier, which looks excellent. But yeah, this is the way onto the pier. Let's get ourselves, we love a pier. Let's get onto the pier. So wandering onto the pier, we have Amusements down there, which, like a lot of stuff we've seen so far, is stairs access, which I'm assuming there's going to be a way Anna can get in, but we can't get into the amusements from that direction. So we'll come round this way. And we've got pick and mix, ice cream. I can smell fish and chips. Oh, it's in there. There's some fish and chips in there. Lots of lovely little gift shop things. I definitely appreciate the fact that this is under shelter. We can get Grandad some fudge. And then we've got Guardians of the Galaxy 7. Wowzers. That is a big Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't even know. You know who that is? That's Tyson Fury. It's got Gypsy King on his boxing gloves. Who wants a massive Tyson Fury thing? They got the Disney 100 stuff. E.T. in here as well. And then I think if we stay this side, in fact I think the only option is to stay this side, because it doesn't look like you can get down that end. What are you pointing at? Ah, coins! I do like a coin squasher. Problem is, I don't carry coins. This one doesn't have the option to pay by card. Have you got a pound and a penny? So I can squash a coin. We have the pound, but no penny, unfortunately. So our new job is just to keep an eye on the floor as we're wandering around, because if we find a penny, we're coming back. I love squashing coins. I don't know what it is about it. Squashing coins is great. I am genuinely torn between two awesome things here, and I don't know which to focus on. We've got the Camel Derby here, and I love them. They're great. But also down here, we have Parker's Donkey World, although it doesn't look like the donkeys are in, which is a little bit of a shame. I mean, that song, if you were stood here for too long, would absolutely do your head in. But right now, it very much feels like British Seaside, and I'm loving it. Nice little view of the rest of the seafront from up here. But once again, it is stairs to get down to it. So we'll figure out a way to get down there and explore that bit as well. But for now, we're walking up the pier. I think there's been a break into the ice cream shop behind me because the police are there dusting for fingerprints, which Anna says they're doing it all wrong, based on her extensive qualifications.
I am.
You do have a degree in it. I know you do. That is Anna's degree in crime scene stuff, so she knows what she's talking about. But yeah, that was lovely. And then up here, I don't know if this is the same arcade, the back end of, or a different arcade.
Have you seen that rocket?
Yeah, I don't know if the camera's picking up the waves. I mean, I know you can hear from the audio on this video how windy it is, but in case you needed further demonstration, the size of the waves breaking there. We don't get waves like that in the UK, but I tell you what, this is a lovely sandy beach. We've been to a few beaches this year now, and this is definitely the nicest, biggest, sandiest looking one. So definitely Great Yarmouth is scoring points there. And now we have an actual theatre still on the pier, the Britannia Pier Theatre, which apparently has recently hosted Jim Davidson. So yay for them, I guess. And then we've got more fairground stuff running up that side and this side. So I think we can just pick a side and do our fairground shenanigans. So if we come up this way, oh, the palmist is not in. That's a shame. More stairs to get down onto the beach, no disabled access. And more of these grabby things. There's a giraffe in here. Luckily, he is in a position where there's no way I could get to him, so I can't just sink all of my pocket money into it. But if he was where the elephant is, I'd be sticking 20 quid in there to get that giraffe. And now we have another disadvantage of us being here outside of season. Not that we were going to go on these rides anyway, but it looks like the little Funfair at the end of the pier is closed. It's a nice little selection, more than they had at Bournemouth. Interestingly, with this pier as well, and it doesn't look like the tide comes in particularly far. I don't think the pier makes it as far as the sea. The pier has stopped and we are still very much on the beach. I don't know if this pier used to be longer and is now this, or if it doesn't understand what a pier is supposed to be. But I mean, it's a nice pier, but a bit mad. Right, we've come at the other side of the pier, which is thankfully a lot less windy. And over here, they have things what you can stick your face in. I love things what you can stick your face in. I think that's just about got us. We definitely need a cameraman. There you go, we can see the back side of the, or the other side of the fair here. Which if I can just poke you through the thing, you can see what we've got in there. Anna has told me I can just stick my camera over the top. Who knew? This opens up a whole new realm of fenced off bit of pier photography for us. Also, a very nicely provisioned arcade here on the pier that has lots of stuff, including, is there any way, I mean, obviously they have the 2p machines all over the place. Is there such a thing as a 1p machine so we can get a penny? I bet there isn't. I bet they won't do pennies in here. It's 2p's, isn't it? You don't do pennies in the arcade. Me and my buddy Luigi just hanging out, as you can see. It's against the law to come to the seaside and not get a tray full of fish bits that you wouldn't normally eat any other time. Yeah, I asked for the mixed tray, not knowing what was on it. Look at that. It was 6 quid, but I mean, I don't even know what some of it is.
Well, you have to give me a bit of that.
All right.
Yeah.
Delicious. Oh, that fish was tasty. £5.90 for the mixed tray. Feels like the most expensive seaside fish seafood assortment I've ever had. That being said, was a lot in there. It's very nice. That's my lunch as well, so that's acceptable. It's better that I'm having that for lunch than all this. The sweeties.
What are your favourite sweets? They're freeze-dried.
Freeze-dried. What are they? Oh, freeze-dried.
Like.
Wow. Very nice. Right, any remaining doubt has been removed. I remember this, so I have definitely been here before. This street looks exactly the same as it did 15 years ago, 30 years ago, apart maybe from the fact that they've got prime cans on key rings and...
Your shoes?
Oh, Jordan's key rings as well. But the general theme of it basically being a high street but also a market at the same time, very much maintaining that feel. I like it. I could wander up and down this street for hours, just having a little rummage to find what wonders I could find. I genuinely find this street fascinating as well because the season is over, but it's still got so much seaside stuff, gift stuff. It is like walking around the market that's in Fantasy Island in Skegness, but it's high street shops. Genuinely a little bit confused about it, but really, really love it. Get Anna some gloves from there. She wanted some gloves. Her hands are cold on her scooter. They've got some gloves here. So if you still want a pair of gloves, this toy shop is great. I don't know how legitimate Seaside Pokemon cards are, but they had a lot of them, including this set that is impossible to find anywhere. I've not been able to find them on the internet. They're sold out everywhere. They had loads of them in there, and the price was normal price, $24.99 for a box of 6 booster packs. So I'm going for the fact that they were the right price, and they weren't selling them off for £2. That I think they're probably legitimate ones. They look legitimate. I've been looking for these for weeks. That joke shop is awesome. I can't show you what's in it because it was lots of willies. But yeah, joke shop. If you've ever been to the big joke shop at Hunstanton, it was very much like that. And it's just toy shops, joke shops. I mean, look, this is genuinely decent stuff. Yeah, they've got Loungefly bags, they've got Funko Pops. Yeah, we will. This shop is great. Absolutely chock full of collectibles. This is like a look into my storage unit, including loads of Loungefly bags. They've also got, I'm pretty sure, the biggest selection of Jellycat stuff that I've ever seen. It goes all the way down. I want that football. It's brilliant. I've never seen so much Jellycat stuff in one place. This might be the greatest shop I've ever been in. They've got a turnip. Well, that shop was genuinely great. I'm not saying other seaside places don't have places like that. I'm saying I've never found them. Here, let's get your own t-shirt made up. While you wait, this guy is just doing spray paint t-shirts. Just on the street.
That is really cool.
This is really cool. It started to rain, but this is a really, really cool place. I like this a lot. Okay, what is this town? I feel like nobody has prepared me for this. I'm in another shop now that is just absolutely rammed full of collectibles, Funko Pops, action figures, Pokemon cards, Loungefly bags. I was absolutely not prepared for this. I've never been to a seaside town like this. This is my new place. I might have to move here. Well, we have spent far longer than planned of this video just exploring this amazing high street. I mean, look at it. I just keep getting drawn back to all these brilliant shops. But we are heading back down to the seafront now because that's what this video is supposed to be about. I'll come back up here tomorrow and really rinse these nerd shops dry. But for now, let's head back down to the seafront. I am conscious that I've been warned that out of season, everything shuts down around here about 4 o'clock. It's just gone 3, so we've probably got an hour before even the stuff that is still open starts to shut. So we need to get down the beach a little bit and see what's going on down there. Be warned, obviously, the wind over there. Audio is about to take a nosedive again. Try not to get too excited, folks, but there are 2 separate land trains on the go here. There's one over there, and there is one behind that van over there. I happen to know one of them goes all the way back to the caravan park that we're staying at as well. So I feel like there's a land train in my very near future over the next day or two. There goes that one. I think that's the one that goes back to our caravan park. £2 to ride that back to Haven. But we're now going to be heading down this way. So there we have the other land train back at Joyland, and then the pier is behind us. And now, if my understanding of the situation is correct, I think, and the locals might be furious if I've got this wrong, but I think this is what they refer to as the Golden Mile. So down here, you've got all of these takeaways, hotels, amusements, entertainment, all running down the beach on a nice little bit to walk along, all very pretty. As you can see, Anna is very much taking advantage of the gardens, enjoying the no ball games policy. She insisted on going down there. I figured I need to stay up here so I can see what all this stuff is. So we have separated for a moment. But yeah, there's lots going on up here, including a big wheel just ahead of me, which I am always a fan of looking at them. I would never dream of going on one. I'm not mad. Now brace yourselves, boys and girls, because over here we have got a cash casino that's all new for 2021. It's September 2023 at the time of recording. I love the seaside. Were the gardens good?
Yes, my light's going uphill, it's going out, just so you know.
Well, don't go uphill anymore then. If her battery dies in another seaside town, I'm going to be fuming. So we've also over here got the Empire, which looks like it's a concert venue. Live music, amazing street food. We've got the Leisureland arcade. Here we have what looks to me like Crazy Golf. If this isn't Crazy Golf, I'll eat my hat. Of course it's Crazy Golf, and it looks like an excellent pirate themed Crazy Golf as well. That is a good Crazy Golf. And then the arcades start. So we've got Leisureland, we've got Fish and Chips, we have Magic City, Gold Rush. There's some great names for these arcades.
I've not heard yet. Bingo, shall we?
No, I've not heard any bingo anywhere either. But this end of town, with all of the arcades, this feels much more Skegnessy. We've got the arcade next to the chip shop, next to the donut shop, next to the arcade, hotels above all of them. This is what I want from the Great British Seaside. This is cracking. So the arcades and amusements keep on going with some pretty cool decoration on some of these buildings as well. We've got actual Caesar's Palace there. I don't know what this massive tower thing is. I mean, it's called the Landmark Public House. Are they literally just calling that thing a landmark and leaving it there? They might be. But yeah, it looks like there's accommodation and stuff on the side of it, whether that's hotel or flats or what that might be. And then the good old Maple Moose is over there. We've got Quasar, more bars, more arcades. What is this? What is the Marina Centre?
Swimming pool.
Oh, a swimming pool. Magic. So big swimming pool with a clip and climb as well. I loves me a clip and climb. I feel like the Quasar is quite a big deal here because that was advertised on the side of the land train before. And there we have the Silver Slipper, which, I mean, I've lost count of the amount of arcades. I actually think there might be more arcades and amusements in a row here than there were at Skegness. And there's a lot in Skegness. The Golden Nugget is down there. Arcades for miles. I'm trying to keep the microphone sheltered from the wind a little bit. It's getting so windy here now. But what I wanted to show you, I think we might have accidentally ended up in Vegas anyway, because we've got the Golden Nugget, we've got Circus Circus, we had Caesar's Palace back there. The Yarmouth Hippodrome is behind Circus Circus. There's the Flamingo. And then if we loop back round to this side, a very originally designed coffee house logo. They've not stolen that logo from anyone. And then another, what are you pointing at? I have seen the Hippodrome, yes. I don't know what a Hippodrome is, but there's one over there. And then we have another adventure golf. So we had a pirate themed one back there. This one is potentially pirate themed again. There's a big shark. It's what? Castaway. You like sharks, look, there's a shark there. But yeah, this is the Castaway Island, which is 18-hole adventure golf. Seems expensive, it's like £8. No spectators allowed, according to the sign. Oh wow, over here we have Harry Ramsden's, which I didn't realise they had a Harry Ramsden's here. If you're wondering why me and Anna aren't rushing to go to Harry Ramsden's for dinner, despite the fact it's got quite cool theming with the boat on the back of it, then I suggest you watch our video from Bournemouth, where we went to Harry Ramsden's in Bournemouth, and it was the most overpriced, disappointing fish and chips we've ever had, and it's kind of put us off the idea of Harry Ramsden's, full stop. But there is one here, if you are that way inclined. Just be warned, it is expensive. And there we have the big wheel. No sign yet of an upside down house, which is the other indication that you're at the seaside, but at least we have the big wheel. And I suspect, judging by these masts and things that are here, is that a... Okay, I thought that was going to be a big ship. It's not. It's a big bungee thing that fires you up into the air, which is different from a ship. Don't get those two confused. And we just keep going. We've yet more. I tell you what, the people of Yarmouth love adventure golf. Planet Poppadom, more fish and chip shops. There's a Grosvenor Casino up there as well. I think we're getting towards the end of where all the amusements and things are. There you go, look, if you are here during the season, they have something called Big Wednesdays throughout August, which is street acts, fireworks, general shenanigans. It looks like Wednesday night is the night to be in Great Yarmouth over the course of the summer. And we make it up here to the Winter Gardens, which look very, very old. Don't even know if there's still a functioning thing that you can go in. Let's have a little wander around to the front, see if you can still get into the Winter Gardens. Oh, it looks, I tell you what, is this another pier? So they're the Winter Gardens. I think that's another, I need to get Anna. And there we have what is left of another pier. As you can see, this one also doesn't extend beyond the beach anymore. So I guess, I mean, you can see how windy it is here today. So I guess they've had previous incidents that have led to them not extending beyond the length of the beach anymore. There's lots of trampolines and things on the beach here as well. And if we look back that way, you can see the back end of the Sea Life Centre, the big wheel, and then down to the Marina Centre, the other pier, Joyland, and all that kind of stuff that was down that way. So there's the very old, very cool Winter Gardens sign. You can't go in there anymore, but that's well over 100 years old. And if any millionaires are watching and want to invest in something cool at the seaside, that would be a cool thing. But here we have Wellington Pier, which is nowhere near as busy as the other one was. I don't know if that's because we're now 3 hours later in the day or because it's slightly less popular, but it looks like it is mainly just an arcade and a few shops on the end here. I don't think it necessarily goes back very far. Yeah, once again, disabled access, a little bit iffy in Great Yarmouth. Oh, and there's a fire engine going by. Marvellous. And then we've got a few more little gift shops and whatnot here. Oh, can I get a tiny little spade with my name on? I want a tiny little spade with my name on when I'm scooping up dog poo. Okay, this is cool. There's a model village. I love a model village. This is basically why we go to Legoland every year, so we can see the little Lego village there. Is it open? How much is it to get in? $9.99, bargain-tastic. Is it open? Do you want to go in? Kinda, but we can do it another day. It is getting on a bit today, and it is cold and windy, but that looks awesome. We are definitely coming back there later in the week and having a rummage through the model village. I feel like maybe I did know that was here from coming as a kid. I think I've probably been in here then, but it's got a railway. Yeah, I'm going up over the wall, don't you worry. Don't you worry yourself. So I'll look to see what's in there. There you go, boys and girls. That is, I can't see it at the moment, the camera's way up above my head, but that is the model village. We'll be making our decision on whether or not we come back tomorrow and go in there based on that footage that you've just seen. So we've made it as far as Pleasure Beach, which, as I think I mentioned earlier in the video, Pleasure Beach is closed. At this time of year, it's only open at the weekends, and even then, only for another month or so, and then it closes for the winter. But it's quite a cool little place. We'll come back probably next year and do a Pleasure Beach video, because I think it is well worth checking out. But more important than Pleasure Beach is we've found the upside down house. Every seaside has to have one. We found the upside down house. We found the big wheel. Now you know we're at the seaside. Forget being able to see the sea. Forget beaches and piers and rock. It's all about big wheel, upside down house. They're both here. This is the seaside. Now we're heading back that way because poor old Anna, who isn't benefiting from all the movement that I'm benefiting from, is starting to freeze. We've been out for a good 3 hours or so now, just roaming up and down this very windy seafront. So we're gonna loop back round. We'll almost certainly just meet you back at the car. And a brisk 15-minute walk later, and we are pretty much back at the car. And you know what? I have been pleasantly surprised by Great Yarmouth. I didn't have particularly high expectations coming in. I said at the start that this featured on as many worst seaside lists as best ones, if not more. When I mentioned on Twitter that I was coming here, the amount of people who were like, why are you going there? It's a dump. I genuinely think this is really nice. Bearing in mind we've not come at high season, so half the stuff's not been open. The half that has been open is brilliant. That little high street with all the nerd shops is right up my street. But the fact it's got the model village, it's got 2 piers. It's got like the Pleasure Beach Joyland right there on the seafront. It's got the multiple land trains. It's got the really nice caravan parks, the Haven one. There's another one that way, I think. There's so much here. This is great. You should come and visit Great Yarmouth, everybody. It's awesome. Don't let anybody tell you it's not. If you want to see what else we got up to on this trip, make sure you click the link at the top of the description below. Subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on to find out where we go next. Say goodbye to the land train, which is actually heading back to our caravan park, where we're going to be heading in a minute as well. And thank you very much for watching.